I don't know, one of life's mysteries. So, welcome to the Dragovian Sanctuary. We can actually zoom here, so we don't have to ever go through that first half of that dungeon ever again.
What's this? What happened? The sanctuary wasn't like this when I left.
So anyway, lots of mini medals to get in here. I think there's 6. Yeah, there's 6. So we're gonna go through, talk to all of the we're gonna talk to all the NPCs. So something's draining the life force of the Dragovians, and something has happened to their lord. Premium mold. Not that cheese is particularly useful at this point. Saint's ashes. That's nice. Talk to this old man.
Humans! What are they doing here? If only I had the strength to turn into my dragon form, I would scorch them where they stand.
I should have expected that even ill health wouldn't quench your hatred of humans.
Master Chenmui, so you brought these humans into our sanctuary. You traitor! It's ridiculous notions like this that made your daughter commit her offense against our race.
An offense against our race, you say? You haven't changed one bit. Well, there's no sense trying to reason with a stone. Let's leave this stubborn old man to his own devices. Fool or not, it isn't right to antagonize a man on his sickbed.
That makes sense. Homespun wisdom from Chenmui. That's mini medal number 2. Oh, more pots. Fresh milk and fresh milk, right? Yeah. It's almost like I've been here before in a previous playthrough. Yeah, let's go in here. This is the church upstairs, I think. Is there a map to this place? There is. Yeah, this is the church. Awesome. What do you got to say? Ah, royalty. There's your second hint as to who Eltria was. Do you remember yet? I think that's enough mini medals actually for the purposes of getting all of the rewards, but we're gonna go ahead and get everything. Talk to the elders, and then we'll zoom out. I think it's very nice of them to let you zoom in and out of this place.
Are you humans?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're dying out anyway.
Tell me, what is going on? What in the world happened here?
Ah, Master Chenmui. I see you have returned to us. You have my sympathies. You've arrived just in time to witness the end of the Dracovian race.
The end of the Dracovians? Things are even worse than they appear. We had better visit the other elders. We must get to the bottom of this.
Okay. So this is the item shop. You actually can't do any shopping yet, but I'm going to go in here and raid the place. Mini metal. If you talk to her, she's just like, I'm not authorized to sell to humans. I need the council's permission. What does chunky cheese do? I forget. Bestows protect. Oh, okay, that's insolotl. Alright. I don't think I've ever used chunky cheese. Let's go this way. And before we talk to that guy, there's some more pots down here if I remember correctly. Yes, pots. And an NPC. Obviously, I came down here to talk to the NPC and not to break their pots and steal from them. Clearly. Ooh, that'll come in handy. Possibly, if I can remember to use it. Alright, what you got to say?
Master Chen Mui, what a surprise! It has been many years. When did you return?
Save the pleasantries. You must tell me what is happening here. I apologize. That's a matter for me to discuss with the council elders. Pray, let us pass.
Most honored Chen Mui, you may pass, but I cannot permit the humans to enter the council chamber with you.
We are facing a dire crisis, and you stand on formalities? I will take full responsibility for my guests. Now move out of my way at once.
It appears your mind is made up, Master Chen Mui. In that case, please, enter.
Master Chen Mui is a really good name. It's like that old bent Chinese kung fu master.
What is this? The Council of Elders is in session.
Ah! If it isn't Chen Mui.
It is. It is indeed. Welcome back to the Council, Chen Mui.
Thank you. But let us save the pleasantries for later. First, tell me how the sanctuary could have fallen into this state.
Was drugs involved?
Ah, yes. I forgot that you left before the ritual was carried out.
Rituals happen, and then the gangs move in, and...
Very well. Let me tell you how all this came about.
You know, suddenly there's drug dealers in our schools.
Just after you left Chen Mui, the Lord of the Dragovians came to a momentous decision.
So...
As of course you know, we Dragovians are both human and dragon.
I'm going to talk a little bit about, like, the time frame of, like, all of the events that are happening here.
He decided the time had come for us to abandon our human forms once and for all.
Without spoiling the big reveal, Chen Mui's been gone for years. They said this before, it's been years since you left. So...
What? Preposterous! Does such a ritual really exist?
Our Lord ascended the heavenly dais to test the ritual on himself first.
So, the way I see it is either he made the decision right after Chen Mui left, and then worked on the problem.
Once it was completed, our Lord became a dragon once and for all.
And he only
Or so he thought.
and he only recently managed to complete the ritual.
In fact, the ritual failed. As you know, it consumes a great deal of energy for us to remain in our dragon forms.
An alternate interpretation, and one that I find infinitely more funny, is that as soon as Chenmui left, he ascended the dais and then turned himself into a dragon, and they've been in this state of decline for years and years and years and years. And so this group of elders has been sitting at this table for however many years that Chenmui has been gone and arguing over what to do.
The ritual compensated for this by replenishing the energy from the ambient surroundings. In other words, our Lord began to absorb the energy of his fellow Dragovians.
Like, you might think that I'm over-exaggerating here, but actually there is later on there is evidence that it takes years for them to come to decisions later on, and I'll point it out when we get to it.
We are slowly being consumed by his unending hunger for energy. Thus, the sanctuary has fallen into discord and disarray.
As soon as we realized the ritual had failed, we appeared before the Lord of the Dragovians to plead with him to reverse it. But the ritual appears to have affected his mind as well. In his current state, he cannot be reasoned with. What now sits upon the heavenly dais is not the Lord of the Dragovians, but a savage, uncontrollable monster. He attacked us. We had no choice but to withdraw.
And soon the sanctuary of the Dragovians will be no more. I can put it no more plainly than that.
I see.
Uh-oh, I didn't mean to.
Chenmui, I meant to ask earlier, but who are your companions? They appear to be humans, if my eyes do not deceive me. I mean no rebuke. I am simply curious.
Your eyes do not deceive you. These humans intend to confront the Lord of Darkness, Rapthorn.
How does he know that?
Indeed. Is he?
There will be time for that later. They plan to confront the Lord of Darkness, you say?
If that is the case, they have arrived at a most fortuitous point in our conversation.
Conversation.
But can we really entrust such an important task to outsiders? Outsiders? Perhaps you should introduce yourselves to the Council of Elders.
Okay, we can do that. Alright. Very impressive indeed. We've already beat him once, but because, they rewind time for the post-game, we kind of haven't done that yet, but we have, so. Single combat? Why would you fight him in single combat? Like, why? Like, oh. Well, thank you, lady that I've never met before. I don't know, it's just... I wish more games did their post-game, like, after the end instead of rewinding time.
It would take powerful warriors indeed to overcome the strength of the Lord of the Dragovians. Which makes these humans perfect for the task.
Oh, you flatter
Indeed,
us.
their valor has been acknowledged by none less than the Godbird Imperia.
The god bird Imperia.
I hesitate to ask any more of you when you already journey under such a terrible burden. But before you confront Rapthorn, I would ask that you face the Lord of the Dragovians. Think of it as a personal request from me. Will you accept?
Yes.
I had faith in you from the very start. Simply hearing that lifts my spirits immensely. Please, come to my home, where I will prepare a cheese banquet suitable for great heroes such as yourselves.
A cheese banquet. A cheese banquet. That actually sounds really good. Just all kinds of different cheeses. Maybe some crackers. I mean, you gotta have crackers when you got like 50 kinds of cheese, right? Wine, if you're into that. So this is Chenmui's house. He appears to have one of only 2 homes
Master
in the entire
Chenmui,
place.
You finally return. I have looked forward to this day.
Ah, yes. Thank you for watching over things in my absence. I brought some human guests with me today. I want you to make sure they are comfortable.
Ouch.
Guests from the human world? Do you mean one of them is Miss Chia's?
Why don't you begin preparing tonight's meal?
Of course, Master. A cheese banquet, I presume. I'll begin preparations right away.
Like,
Please, make yourselves at home.
where do they get the cheese? Like, there's no cows. Maybe that's why it's a cheese banquet, because they live in an alternate reality.
Wow, what a spread, eh? I don't think I've ever eaten that much cheese in my whole life.
And so, milk is hard to come by. Obviously, the path down to the human world is extremely dangerous. So,
Not that I'm complaining, mind. That was good grub. I'm just feeling a bit cozy round the old midriff.
That's Yangus, always thinking with his stomach. By the way, there's something about this Chenmui fellow that sticks in my mind. We only just met him today. How does he know so much about us?
that's a good point.
Actually, I found the attitude of the elders even more bizarre. It was as if they'd known about you for a long time.
You reckon? I didn't notice nothing weird.
I love that little sound effect for the booger flicking.
But if it's bugging you like, why don't you ask that old Shem Wassett bloke, eh?
You know, for once I actually agree with you, Yangus.
I seriously doubt he'll spit out the truth there and then, but it can't hurt to try.
Nope, it can't. So this chest right here we can't get into, so I'm not even going to try. It just frustrates me. Alright. Angel cheese. Nice. Put that in the bag. That's actually really good. Angel cheese is really good cheese to carry into the Dragovian trials. It's one of the better cheeses to carry. Oh. Oh, so Eltrio and Gia. Special jewel, huh? Well, surely that's not important, right? Nothing in here. Pots. That's really sad. Like, and that right there, the story of Gia and Eltrio is a really good descriptor of the kind of sad things you see in Dragon Quest games. Like, there's a lot of regret and, like, unhappy endings in the Dragon Quest, like, all the games, honestly. Despite the, colorfulness and the kind of happy look of a lot of the games, well, all the games, to be honest, it's just, it just always, for some reason, catches me off guard when you see a really sad story like that play out. Okay, we'll go fight him, and then you'll answer our questions. A really good example of this is Dragon Quest IX. Like, the first couple of scenarios in the game are relatively lighthearted. You go, there's an earthquake, and you go and you save somebody. You travel to this place where there's a landslide, you go back to town, and then you end up going to save somebody who went through the dangerous path that is no longer used. Alright? Then you get to the next area, and then you got the White Knight, which it's not W-H-I-T, it's like white as in like dead person. And that story, while slightly tragic, has kind of a fairy tale quality to it that, it doesn't really hit you.
Awake already? How do you feel? Did you sleep well?
Yes.
Glad to hear it. I'm counting on you. Today you will visit the heavenly dais. The path is a labyrinth. The entrance lies beyond a portal, beneath the council chamber.
He calls it a labyrinth, but it's really not that bad.